Let's do a glow up with Pixi and Guava Girl Summer makeup. If you are anywhere hot and humid, this is going to be your savior. It's mattifying and it really helps to minimize the pores. If you want any chance of your makeup surviving in the heat and humidity, this is a game changer. It absorbs really nicely and creates a really velvety finish to start your makeup. I'm going to go in with shade Sunset. It's the prettiest, really light champagne color almost. It's very easy to blend, build coverage, and I'm going to do it all over the lid to start with, and then I'm going to go back in the end. Literally, you can just do really rough like that, and then just blend it in with your finger, kind of pat it into the skin. What I love about this is I find it doesn't crease, and I use it as a base, and I feel then that my other eyeshadows stick to it better so they don't crease either. But it's so easy to work with, literally that quick. And I'm going to play all with pink tones today since this is like Guava Girl look. I'm just going in with a quick wash of matte pink and then a metallic pink to keep that glowy theme. So now I've got most of my eyeshadow on, I'm going to go back in and paint into that lower lid. I really try and emphasize my lower lids and make them as bright and light as possible because I do have quite hooded eyes, and this is really good for just trying to create that bright, wide awake look and try and make my lower lids pop a bit. And I'm just pressing it in. You could use a brush, but I just want to show you how easy this is to use without needing a brush. Now you could go back and highlight in there, but I have a different product I want to use for that. Let's do a little clean up. I swear by lash primer. I don't think I ever go without it. It makes a huge difference because as you can see, I don't really have any lashes, and I feel like it really doesn't matter which mascara I use as long as I'm using a primer. I can use the best mascara in the world. If I haven't got a primer on, it doesn't really do as much. Going in with a kind of metallic brown liner underneath to keep this quite soft, and I'm going to blend that out with some pink eyeshadow. I'm using the same color I used on the upper lids. As you can see, it's a very loved palette. I have two Pixi products here I'm going to do for my blush, highlight, my eye highlight, and a bit of a lip tint. I am really into cream formulas. I feel like powders aren't quite as flattering, and this one is a very hydrating, solid cream blush. It's also pH reactive, so it kind of changes color based on your skin, which I love. So you get a very custom color, and it is this lovely pink, so it's going to tie into the whole Guava Girl look. Now you can either just swipe it on and then blend it out, or you could take a brush and kind of stipple it on. It's one of those products you can really play around with and apply however works for you. And the other product I'm going to use is another Pixi product. It's called On The Glow Super Glow, and this is Petal Dew. You just see that's a really lovely pink color, and it's so hydrating, and it almost has a bit of a glow on it already. I did contour first, so there is a little bit of brown in there, but it's all tying the colors together so nicely. And then on my hand, if I do that, you can see how kind of glowy it is and how sheer it is. It's a sheer wash of color, very buildable. The Super Glow I don't find as hydrating, so I tend to go a lot lighter with this. I find it very difficult to apply from the stick, so I tend to just grab some on my fingers and then dot it across the top of the cheekbones. Now, I think that's going to be it. And then you can either go in with your Pixi eyeshadow or this Pixi Super Glow and give yourself a bit of a highlight up there. Just melts into your skin. It feels so nice and so natural. Lip color tends to bleed on me without liner, so I am doing my liner first. I don't know what that brown dot is in the middle of my nose, so ignore that. You could also, I like to do a nose highlight, and I feel like that's very hit and miss whether you like it or hate it, but I like it, so I'm going to do it. You could also do it above your lip, wherever you normally use your highlighter, just a brilliant stick to travel and go with. And then we're going to use this as a lip tint. I'm not going to smudge it on because I don't really want it on my lips and then on my face. And it's one of those products you could put over a lipstick, under a lipstick. Look how pretty that is. And my lips look a little dry because I tend to take my foundation over my lips. And what I love about using the same color blush and lips is it makes it a very cohesive look, and you're traveling with less products. For the daytime, I would call that a day. I think that's plenty of makeup for the day. And then to make it an evening look, I would add a black wing liner, a little bit more blush, and a little bit more lip color.